let's talk about getting the new character, Lord Zomm. So they've got their Haunted Halls event going on right now. We've got this new character. There's already somebody online that's been posting that they have unlocked this character and they've shown some of his skills. It looks like he's very powerful, however he is slow, so that's going to be a big detriment for him in using him in any PvP. But still, it'd be really great to unlock him. He is so far the most difficult character to unlock that they've had as an event character, but let's talk about how we're going to unlock him. So the first thing is going to the event. You see, I was able to clear all of these today, but that last dungeon is very challenging. You see, I did not 3-star it. These first, I'd say the first 4 of them, you should be able to do daily without too much trouble. I'm going to see if tomorrow I can make some videos on going through each one of those, especially maybe the last 3, as there are some tricks to getting through them, or at least getting through them without as much trouble. And the last one, I think he gives the most trouble. Let's look through here, and I'll just talk through the tricks first. So here you're going to battle this guy, the blob, and he will split every time you hit him, and you'll get little baby ones of him. He can spawn up to 5 of them, and if you kill those 5, then they're gone forever. He's not going to spawn any more than the 5. It doesn't matter if you kill them and their space is open, then he still won't be able to spawn anymore. That said, they do almost no damage, at least I'm level 51 right now, and it seems like everything is kind of scaling together that way up to the level, but they still do almost no damage, so just a nuisance. I would just focus on that main boss first, and then take out the little spawns that he creates. Don't worry about when you're creating them. Like I said, they don't cause too much trouble. This one can cause some trouble for people. If you attack, so you've got Dr. Dwarfenstein here, and then the monster. And the monster can do taunt, and if you kill him, he'll be brought back to life. He gets revived by the good old doctor here, and then he has a huge attack buff. He also has that wild swing that we have for Phemus, as he's a Phemus character, or swinging wildly, whichever way it says there. That can really do a lot of damage, and I've had it take out a character before, so you've got to be a little bit careful for that, especially when his attack is buffed on being revived. So I would try to not kill him. I would try to kill Dr. Dwarfenstein first. And the way you can usually do this, if you bring Tasumi, don't use his Soul Shred until you get to this level, or at least make sure that it's on cooldown or off the cooldown at that point. Then if the monster, Phemus here, does his taunt, you can use Soul Shred, it'll remove taunt, and you can go back to attacking the doctor here. A couple characters work really well. I've been using King Yorick for a couple of these bosses, because he, with that Mark of Death, or whatever that skill is called, that does a huge damage multiplier, it makes quick work of these. And he's a cold base character, so it works out well here as well. So that should help you take care of him quickly. If you've got IGOROK, he helps out as well. He's not required, though. You should be able to get through here without any trouble, especially if you bring King Yorick. And again, bring Tasumi so that you can take that taunt back off and go back to killing the doctor. Right, I don't think you'll probably have trouble with these other bosses. Even here, this is pretty straightforward battle. On to the last one. It's just going to be a talk through on this time, especially since I can't get a token out of it. I don't want to waste the extra energy. With all the things they've implemented, energy has become much more valuable now. The biggest key with this battle is that you want to finish both of them at the same time, or within the same turn. And that is not super easy. You can definitely mess up when you're doing this a lot of times. Either one of them, if you kill them first, they will resurrect the other one. The other thing that you'll notice, they are both susceptible to fear, so if you can fear them with Tasumi, or other characters that can put the fear status on. That works really well. You can get Pontifex to run away. That's the best situation you can go for. If you get Lord Zomm to run away, then you don't get credit for his kill. And there's currently, they've got a quest so that every time, I think for the first 3 or 4 times that you kill Lord Zomm, you will get one of his hero tokens as a quest reward. As long as you go in there and collect it, that quest comes right back up. After about the 4th time of completing the quest, it changes so that it takes 1 or 2 kills and then you get 2 tokens for him. After that, it goes to 5 kills for 3. I'm going to try to keep track of the progression so I can share it with you guys in future videos, but the point being, the more times you kill him, the more tokens you get. It looks like it's not going to be completely 1 for 1. We'll see what happens as you go forward. So you don't want him to flee. You would like to be able to kill him, so you can work towards that quest. And then you've also got the chance at his drop from a chest here. Now they made some changes. I think there was a fair amount of player dissatisfaction with the very high energy and low drop rate. So they've increased the drop rate. There's a higher chance towards getting better chests in these. This is recent. Like I believe just the 2nd day they did that update. And at the same time, this is the other, one more thing on that, I guess, before we go on to this next part. It is possible to click on shiny objects or pumpkins or anything else that come up in those levels and get token drops. I've heard other people talk about it. I had it happen one time for me as well. So keep an eye out for that. Those are easy token drops that you can get. And this is the next part that I would say is probably an even better route, at least depending on how that hero token progression, how that quest goes. But if you find levels throughout the campaign, apparently there are 10 of them, that have got kind of the Zomm, the Lord Zomm graphic right here. You can see on the Black Forest, you see a little graphic next to it. There are a bunch of other levels that have this as well. So 10 in total. You can see it down here on this bottom one as well. They're all over the place. You can get some that are 5 energy, some of them are 7 energy. But if you go through those, there's a chance that you'll run into Lord Zomm, and then you can kill him and work towards that quest. Now, initially, the rate of him showing up was really low, and again, this is something that they changed, I believe, just for that 2nd day. Or just, on the 2nd day. This is the 2nd day into the 11 days of this event. But it makes it much easier. So the rate that I've had so far, 6 times he showed up, or 4 times he showed up out of 6 tries. I'm guessing they made it something like 50%. As I have more of these that I go through, I'll try to keep track of this and report back. So watch for another kind of round 2 of information coming out before too long. So these are the quests I was talking about. There's actually a couple of these where you can farm for some other heroes. And partially you'll get some tokens even if you weren't trying, if you were just trying to farm for Zomm tokens, you'll still get some of these, for Ekko and Pontifex. And this one, Zamulrama. So this is what I'm talking about here. Defeat him 5 more times. I'm at this stage, and I'll get 3 more tokens for him. So this is a really important one. It'll be interesting to see how this continues to scale up. But at this point, with a 50% chance or better, it's still been a pretty good trade to just run those levels and try to get him that way. So I'm up to 20 out of 100. That's above the pace that I need to be at in order to unlock him by the end of the 11-day period. I think it's very doable for anyone trying to do it this way, especially because there do seem to be some additional drops where you can get, get some more tokens for him. So that's my overall recommendation. If you're having too much trouble on that final level, I don't think it's going to be required. I think you're going to be able to get through in the 11 days and not without having to complete this nightmare stage.
it would be great if you can kind of start off, do as many, at least do those first 4 every day, and try to farm as many as you can in the campaign, and see how your numbers are going as you get closer to that 11-day mark. My feeling is you probably don't need to do that last one, and it's probably a better use of resources even to farm these other ones. A lot of that depends on how that quest progresses. If it continues to take more and more kills in the quests to unlock him, then that's going to change it a little bit. But hopefully they made it decent, and they're not that hard to do. Plus you get to farm for your other tokens at the same time. So that's probably the best way to accumulate a large number of tokens. Alright, that's it. I don't think we're going to have any trouble, but it does put a little bit of pressure on. Shouldn't require using any gems. I think we'll be able to make it without. So tune back in. Hopefully I'll have more information on this over the next day or two, and see how this number increases and any other odds I'm able to keep track of for this. Thanks for watching.